Saquon Barkley, you probably saw, folks, he got the huge contract extension yesterday. Saquon Barkley's 2025 season will be what?
I mean, I think it'll be good. I don't know if he'll ever top the season that he had this year.
Right.
I mean, it was a magical system, formula, everything was right. But I think Saquon Barkley is a guy that I'm so happy for. I think everybody's happy for that. Good guys can't finish first in this league.
Yeah.
He got everything that he deserved, but I just don't know if you can ever. We always had that one season that's the magical one. I think last year was the magical one for Saquon.
Okay, well, so I want Louis Riddick to explain his tweet, because when the news of this contract came out yesterday, Louis Riddick, I'm following you as always, of course, on Twitter X, and you tweeted, "Organizations fail players as much as or more than players fail organizations. C1 Saquon Barkley before he joined Philly and now after." Explain that tweet.
Look, we talk all the time about how organizations fail quarterbacks in particular. It's not just about quarterbacks, it's about every position. And look, Saquon, when Dave Gettleman drafted him, when Brad Holmes drafted Jahmyr Gibbs, many people thought, look, you just don't draft running backs that high, you'll never get your return on investment. If you surround certain players, especially certain transcendent players like this, who play a very dependent position like running back, with the kind of offensive line that is needed, the kind of consistency in the coaching staff that is needed, this kind of consistency at quarterback, weapons on the perimeter, this guy will give you the return on investment that you need. The Giants simply didn't do that. They simply failed the player. Now, yeah, he got hurt while he was there, and people say, well, since he got hurt while he was there, who's to say he wasn't going to get hurt when he got to Philadelphia? Well, it seems like the Philadelphia management wasn't concerned about his injury history, now were they? They just knew that they had the pieces in place to go ahead and support a guy like this, who now is looking like one of the great running back prospects to ever lace him up in the NFL.
Right.
So what I'm saying is this: Dave Gettleman wasn't wrong in drafting the player.
Right.
It was what he did around him that they got wrong over and over and over and over again. Saquon, so look, for me, I guess what I'm saying is this: before you're so quick to always label players a bust, or this guy can't hack it, or this guy can't, isn't mentally tough enough, or maybe this guy didn't have the speed that was necessary, this guy's not smart enough. Pause. And take a look at what's around players. It's a very dependent game.
Yeah.
Okay. And I just think we need to be careful, because we're so quick to do that all the time with players.
I would add to what you say that, I think that we have rewritten so much of Saquon Barkley practically single-handedly led the Giants to the playoffs 2 years ago.
He did.
Yeah.
Saquon Barkley made Daniel Jones a very rich
Got
man.
him a lot, yeah.
He gave Brian Daboll the coach of the year. That was all Saquon. Saquon elevated the Giants when he was there. They just weren't good enough for him to elevate them to where he elevated Philadelphia.
I think in that building, that's why the Hard Knock scene is so, it still stands out for us with Joe Shannon
Exactly.
and John Mara, because John Mara seemed to be in that room the only person who understood the value of Saquon.
Yep.
The type of leadership, the type of character, the type of professionalism, and also he is the face of our franchise. You can debate whether running backs should be paid a lot of money, but when you have somebody who is special, who is uniquely talented, you have to have conviction and build around them, to your point, Louis, and the Giants repeatedly failed to do that.
I mean, Mike Singletary told me a long time when he was coaching me that greatness comes in every shape and size. And when you identify that special player, no matter what the position is, you build around him. And Saquon, with the character and everything that he did, it's the type of player that you build around.
The only reason why I reposted that clip was the way in which John Mara was basically almost begging the general manager, don't do this. I know how John Mara feels about that guy. I know how he feels about Saquon Barkley. And for them to just have that kind of smug attitude about it, almost just like,
Because he wasn't their player.
that's right, it's a running back. It's not my guy. It doesn't really matter.
And if you play in this league long enough, the teams that have the greatest appreciation for great players is their opponents. And the fact that Philadelphia could project what he would do if they got in their building, because they had to prepare for him. So they knew what time it is. Michael Parsons knew what time it was and what they had to do to contain him. They were just happy that they were on the Giants, because they knew if he was anywhere else, he was going to be a problem.
You know what's happening is the guy in Philadelphia making the decisions isn't trying to prove to you he's smarter than everybody else. He's just going out and getting the biggest and fastest and best players.
He's going to get Myles Garrett next.
Listen,
it might happen.
it works, right? And it has worked as well as anywhere else. Coming up.
How's it going, everybody? Villa Sports Network here. Just want to thank you guys for your support on the channel. Thank you guys for watching the video. Hope you all enjoyed it. Also want to kind of remind you to don't forget to leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment on the video if you like as well. But regardless of the fact, thank you again for your support, and hope to see you on the next video.